that's on Vanessa's playing field, but also on like the golden standard of reality television.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
And imagine someone like a Paul or someone like a Dan. They would have a very difficult time dealing with Omarosa.
Yeah, definitely.
Paul, absolutely. Rachel Riley, absolutely. Rachel Riley needs to be in this group. She will not be ignored.
Yeah.
Tom Green, absolutely. Tyler is someone that and we agree on Tyler. Depending on who's the vendetta is, I think that Tyler would come back, hands down.
Yeah.
Victor, absolutely. But now we cannot end this list without Dr. Will.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Dr. Will is the king, is the Richard Hatch. Mm-hmm. And I heard that allegedly that Richard Hatch was not invited for that, which is a big wrong move by Survivors 40.
Yeah.
Because I think Richard Hatch deserves a shot to be back.
Did you know that he didn't pay his taxes on his winnings from season 1?
And that was the reason why I believe that he was in prison for.
Yeah.
But Rich, just like Rich did with Survivor, Dr. Will rejuvenated Big Brother in the format. Dr. Will have the biggest target on his back.
For sure.
That if he aligns with a Dan or an Omarosa or a June,
yeah,
that would be, or a Paul even, that would be the greatest Big Brother villain group of all time.
Mm-hmm. It'd be interesting because, like, we mentioned all these, like, players that could potentially just be like, oh, everyone's going to target them, but then you think, like, wait, there's a lot of other people that would be targeted too, because if you have Paul in the cast, people are going to want to go after him, then it's like, what do you do if Dr. Will is there? Do you just keep Paul in? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and also, so I also set a promise vendettas.
Mm-hmm.
So I have 6 people, because expect the unexpected, as Julie said.
Yeah.
I had 6 people that I believe would be fantastic additions.
Mm-hmm.
The additions are Erica Landon from Big Brother 4 and Season 7 of All Stars.
Okay. Yeah.
Danielle Donato, because who would love to see her and Rachel go at it one more time?
Yeah, I would love to see that, yeah.
And then Brandy Glanville, because Brandy brings the drama, and Lady O played a role in her eviction.
Yeah.
So I think Brandy would definitely add some drama, bring some housewives drama in.
Yeah.
The guys, plain and simple, Frank Udy, he bridges the gap between Big Brother 12, old school and new school.
Mm-hmm.
And with half of and think about it, Brittany, Janelle, Dan, and he played a role in their evictions. And not only Davon and Paul, too, and Victor, he has some old schoolers to settle, so he has half the house target.
That's true.
Cody Nixon, one of the most polarizing house guests of all time. To have him, it'd be interesting to see how he goes in this cast. I think his values with Dan would be valuable.
Yeah.
I think that would be one of Dan's biggest allies.
Probably, yeah. I would probably assume that, yeah.
Because Paul and Victor would do anything to get him out. Mm-hmm. Last but not least, Swaggy. Swaggy is someone that would immediately target Tyler. Immediately,
yeah.
And I think it would be the most personal of the vendettas.
Mm-hmm. Of
all the vendettas, Tyler versus Swaggy is the personal.
Yeah.
He embarrassed his girlfriend on national television.
Mm-hmm.
His best friend, he did his best friend Scotty dirty.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, we got to realize this. The challenge is going to be the wild card. Because allegedly, Swaggy is part of the chat. Swaggy, Bailey, Fessy, and Casey are all filming the challenge. 35.
Yeah, I don't want to know any spoilers to that. So, like, I'm trying to stay away from spoilers because I want to just see it when it happens. But yeah.
Depending on the challenge, it could, if Casey and Fessy can broker a deal, do you think that vendetta would be over with, or do you think Swaggy's saying, "Screw it, I'm going to go do my vendetta"?
I don't know. I feel like if any Big Brother people are on the challenge, I feel like they would definitely stick together. I mean, we've seen them stick together. Although I don't know if you're watching this season. Are you watching it?
Off and on, because I saw that Josh and Paulie got at it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Josh and Paulie, like, I think that's the first time any Big Brother people on the challenge have really like gone at it with each other. So, that was interesting. That was really, really interesting to see. But I think all the Big Brother 20 people on the challenge, they'll stick together. They'll definitely stick together.
Should they bring like allow the Big Brother the challenge like fighting incorporate that into the game?
Into Big Brother?
Yeah, because I would love to have security guards. Like, imagine Swaggy and Tyler, or Paul and Cody.
Yeah, the thing is that the stakes of the challenge are different, and I feel like that's why everyone's so much more heated all the time, and everyone's more, like, competitive, is because the stakes of the challenge are definitely higher. And the people on the challenge are just a lot more competitive, because you got a lot more MTV people. And people that are cast for Big Brother are essentially, most of the time, more laid back. So that's why I feel like there's less fights on Big Brother, is because the people that they cast are more laid back, and they're not so much like, off the chain, like, Johnny Bananas.
So a Vendetta's twist would definitely, but do you think the Vendetta's twist would definitely bring some intrigue?
You're good.
So what I meant to say, sorry guys. So what I meant to say is, I think if you bring do you think that they would lose the family show of it if they had the intensity of the challenge fights incorporated?
Yeah, they might. Depends on, like, that would be risking it. Yeah, because right now it's TV 14. I think Big Brother should stay the way it is. I feel like they shouldn't have to try to go all out like the challenge does, because if you think back to the basics of Big Brother, it's really just all a social experiment, and it's just to see what people would do under certain circumstances. I feel like you shouldn't have to raise the stakes to get more of a reaction. I feel like you should just leave the game the way it is and let the people decide if the stakes, I feel like you should just leave it all to the house guests to decide that.
Now, let's talk about Survivor, because we've seen the price, I think, of what happens when there are when there are intensities, especially what happened with Kelly and Dan. And the whole Jamal and Elizabeth debacle.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, do you think do you think that's going to turn people off of Survivor, or do you think this is like the beginning of the end for the long-running Survivor seasons franchise?
No, I feel like it shouldn't affect anything with Survivor. I feel like what happened on Survivor a few weeks ago, it really all it did was open a light to show people that when you're on a show like that, you don't know everything what's going on. Like, us as the viewers, we're getting to see everything that is going on. And also, when you think about it, in one episode of Survivor, it is over the span of 3 days. So you're thinking you're only watching 1 hour or 45 minutes of a 72-hour time span. So there's a lot we're not seeing, and there's also a lot that the castaways don't know, because they're only seeing it from their perspective. We're seeing it from a spectator's perspective. So I feel like we should really not judge the castaways as much as we do, because when we're watching the show, we're seeing it from a time that was a year ago. Also, we're seeing it from the spectator's point of view. We're not seeing it from their point of view, because they may have their own opinions at that time, but after getting off the show, they may realize, oh, I was an idiot and I fucked up. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah. And
I think Aaron did a phenomenal job with repairing the dam and seeing how Kelly Reese accepted his apology. So I got to give them kudos.
Yeah.
The jury's still out with Missy and Elizabeth.
What was that?
The jury's still out with Missy and Elizabeth.
Yeah. So.
Alrighty. So, but however, it was amazing to see the entire Survivor community come together to honor Rudy.
Yeah, that was great. I watched season 1 for the first time last year, and when I heard the news, I was very upset, because that's just that's just crazy how time's just going on. We're gonna see a lot of that soon, so it's crazy.
And Rudy, I think, no matter what your position is, and I still get chills thinking about him, because I watched first season, and Rudy is basically the legendary Marine, and he's a legendary figure. And when he made it to the final 3, and his was he and Richard Hatch and Sue Hawk and Kelly redefined this alliance.
Yeah.
And not only that, but like there's still a moment that gives me chills is when he approaches Rupert, basically the brand newbie, on the first All-Star season, and said, "You want an alliance?" That's powerful because it's like basically passing the torch.
Yeah, that is. It's crazy. It's very sad, but we just have to never forget what he's done. So it's great that the Survivor community comes together and honors that. So yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. So let's wrap this up with social media influencers.
Okay. Yeah.
So who are some of your social media biggest influencers?
I definitely a lot of alumni from reality shows. Honestly, I follow a lot of them, but I really like Little Uzi Vert. Like that's just someone I really look up to. That's just one of my biggest influencers. I watch a lot of I follow a lot of travelers on Instagram. I just like to see what's going on outside in the world. It's about Southeast Asia, so I follow. Like my brother does that stuff. So my brother's traveling a lot, so I just like to see what he's doing. But for the most part, it's mostly just Big Brother alumni, Survivor alumni. I just like to see what they're doing and just to keep updated with them after the shows end.
Awesome. So what can we expect from you in 2020?
Okay, so 2020 is going to be a crazy year. Hopefully I'm actually coming out with a Survivor season on my channel. I've been working on that very hard. Maybe hopefully another Big Brother season. I'm really looking forward to that. And a lot more videos. I want to stay more consistent because I'm graduating college next year. So I'm really looking forward to finally getting back into content creation and just making videos for the fans that have been very patiently waiting.
Awesome. Well, where can my readers and listeners find you?
You can find me on YouTube. My YouTube name is Andrew Yalo. It's ANDREW space YALO. On Instagram, it is Andrew Yalo _ And I really only use YouTube and Instagram. And yeah, that's it.
Alrighty, guys. You can follow me at Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can also read my stories on jakestake.com. Once again, it's jakes-take.com. Andrew, thank you so much for your time. And
no problem.
And have a great day, everybody. See you later.
Thanks, guys.